Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Shell and I'm a licensed cosmetologist that have been doing hair for the past 4 years, specifically natural hair. So today's video is going to be about the worst products to use in natural hair, whether you're a curly girl, whether you're a straight natural, or whether you're just heat trained. So the first product I'm going to be talking about is beauty supply store oils. These oils are literally the worst oils that I have seen people use on their hair. It reminds me of cooking oil. So imagine putting avocado or olive oil that's made for cooking in your hair. And yes, I used to be one of those naturals that would go to the store and buy cooking oil to put in my hair, and hair used to just be so greasy. So beauty supply store oils, I've noticed that they just do no justice for the hair. You're better off with using no oil at all versus going to the beauty supply store and getting those oils that are in those tubes, those grapeseed oils, those olive oils. Just in general, all the oils in the beauty supply store I would stay away from because they literally do no justice for the hair. They're highly processed oils, so they don't even have any nutrients or vitamins in them to help your hair thrive at all. On top of that, they make the hair super greasy and they don't even wash out, so they completely block the cuticle from receiving moisture. The second thing I'm going to talk about when it comes to beauty supply store are their products. So I avoid going to the beauty supply store to buy products at all costs. Like I'll tell you guys where to get products from instead of going to the beauty supply store. So for one, I know during the pandemic, a lot of people was complaining that they found mold in their products, and even before the pandemic, people were complaining that they found mold in their products. Because you have to realize, like, you have to ask yourself, do these people really care about my hair? So it's like they will have products, a lot of products have expiration dates on them, but if they have products that don't have the expiration date on them, best believe they're going to restock their shelves with those same products whether they expire or not. Another thing about their products is that they will sell products that are not from the correct vendor, but it'll be the same exact packaging as the original person that sells it. That's why I always tell people, don't buy your products from the beauty supply store. Amazon is starting to be a little better with selling products, but I would say avoid beauty supply store products because you don't even know if you're buying the original product, even if it is in the exact same packaging. So the next thing I want to mention is where you should buy your products. So I typically tell my clients to go to Ulta, Sally's, Sephora. Those are going to be top tier places to buy your hair care products from that can be trusted for the most part. Number two, we are going to be talking about the curly girl aisles. And what I mean by that is when you go to Target or Walmart, those are good places to buy products from as well. But when you go to those places, you will notice that they do have curly girl aisles where, you know, you have all your well-known brands for textured hair. I personally stay away from those aisles, and I tell my clients to stay away from those aisles. Now, you can do what you want with your hair. And I understand people love those products, so you know, you can take this information with a grain of salt. You do not have to follow it, but this is just my tips that I use for my own hair and that tips that I give my clients. The reason why I tell people to stay away from those aisles is because I personally believe that the products are not formulated well. So they're formulated to give naturals what they want versus what their hair needs. So their products a lot of times are filled with a lot of butters and oils. Now well, I don't say a lot, but oils and butters and products are fine. It's just how you formulate it that makes it a good product or not. So what I've noticed with curly girl aisles is that the oils and the butters are too highly concentrated, and they're made to give you instant gratification. So making your hair soft in that moment, they know that that's going to give you that instant gratification that you want, but you have to pay attention to the way your hair performs long term. So if you're still having issues with detangling, if you're still having issues with not retaining length or not retaining moisture in your hair, then that's how you know that the product is probably not the best to be using for your hair. Another thing I noticed with these products is that they will coat the hair and they don't wash out easily. The reason why is because, like I said before, it's filled with too many butters, too many oils, and we as naturals already don't wash our hair properly. So once you try to get the products off of the hair, you have to use a clarifying or a detox shampoo a lot of the times, and doing those too much can cause the hair to dry out. On top of that, if the hair is not being washed properly, you can't start it off on a clean slate, meaning you have to be able to replace the moisture back into the hair. And if you can't do that, your hair is going to continuously be dry over time. And if your hair continues to be dry over time because that cuticle is blocked from those heavy products, then you're going to continuously have those issues with detangling, not retaining length, dry hair, dry scalp. Now I also have another video on here that tells you the best products to use if you're a straight natural, but those product lines are typically the product lines that I would recommend even if you don't use a lot of heat on your hair. So the Design Essentials, the Mazzani's, like those are salon quality products. No, I don't recommend all their products, but it's a good start versus, to me, going down a curly girl aisle and choosing those products. The next products I'm going to be talking about are grease, heavy pomades, and I believe it's called Morning Glory, the stuff that you use for quick weaves. The problem with grease is that I don't believe you can use grease and use heat on your hair, because grease is definitely one of those products that don't wash out easily. You could be under the impression that it's fully washed out, and a lot of times it's not. And in order to fully wash it out, a lot of times, again, you have to use the clarifying and the detox shampoos to get it out. And if you're using grease on a regular, consistent basis and you're not detoxing and clarifying after using it, a lot of times it's still in your hair, blocking that cuticle from receiving moisture once again. Now again, if you absolutely love grease on your hair and you're not struggling with your hair, by all means continue to use it. This video and these tips are just for the people who are struggling with their hair and want my advice and want my tips. Next is the Morning Glory. I believe that's what it's called, but y'all know what I'm talking about, that black liquid stuff that you use for quick weaves. I do not like that stuff at all. Like, every time someone takes down a quick weave and they come in to get their hair washed, it's just something that product does to the cuticle that just don't sit right with me. Like, it's not a good product that I feel like it's good for the hair at all. I know it's meant, and then I looked at the ingredients, I'm like, yeah, no, this is not a good product. I know it's one of those products that you use to protect your hair from getting glue on it, but there are different ways and techniques to, you know, protect your hair from getting glue on it. Instead of using the Morning Glory liquid stuff for your quick weaves, you can use hairspray. You don't necessarily have to use the Got To Be glue spray. You can use a different hairspray that has better ingredients, because I know the Got To Be glue spray can cause scalp issues for some people. Or you can even go in and use the Steri strips if you can't use hairspray. I do have a quick weave video on my channel that I did that technique with. Okay, next is the YouTube and TikTok DIYs. So I've seen some crazy stuff over the years of people just mixing stuff into their hair, into like products, and then putting it into their hair. And sometimes it just gets extremely wild, and I'm like, oh my goodness. And sometimes these videos be having 200, 300,000 views on it, and I'm like, I've never seen someone walk into the salon suite and say, my hair grew from neck length to bra strap length by using rice water. Like, I've never seen that before. So I would say I have seen it damage people's hair though. That's the thing, and they want me to help them repair it. But I would say stay away from DIYs that you see on the internet. Those be the absolute worst. And then a lot of times the tips that I give is because I use heat on my hair, and I know a lot of my clients use heat on their hair. So a lot of these products are not compatible with using heat on your hair, because like I said, a lot of these products don't wash out easily. So once you go in to put heat on your hair and you still got this mixture on your hair, it's going to cause you to get heat damage a lot quicker. And a lot of people don't notice that, but that's why you see a lot of people, even though there's been a movement of people starting to get silk presses and use heat a lot, you really shouldn't be doing DIYs with it as well, because that's why y'all probably gonna see a lot of people starting to get heat damage is because of the DIYs that they're doing to their hair. And just know, people will come on the internet, they will say they mixed a bunch of stuff together to help them grow their hair, and they don't always be honest with y'all. Like, they know what's going to get views, they know what's going to get attention. And just like a lot of these companies, a lot of YouTubers too will play off of your desperation. So you want to make sure that you're using your own discernment when it comes to putting things in your hair. So you really have to pay attention to, is this person really just trying to get views, trying to, you know, just get that attention from the internet for their own personal gain, or do they really care about the health of my hair? Another thing I want to talk about is hair growth oil. So me personally, I've seen hair growth oils work. I know that they work. I've used it in my own hair. That's the only reason why I'm a really big advocate on hair growth oils. But even still, even with the hair growth oil, you still have to have a top tier routine in order for them to work properly, and you also have to know how to properly use them. So those two things combined with one another really helps with the results in a hair growth oil. So you can't still have a bad routine, and you can't overly use it thinking it's going to work better because you overly used it. So you do have to use it properly as well. Another thing I want to say about hair growth oils is, okay, so people will tell you nothing helps with hair growth. Those people are wrong, because we were literally taught in school that there are 2 ingredients that have been scientifically proven to grow hair, and I'll put them up on the screen. So those have been scientifically proven to grow hair. So there are things out there that help grow hair. Okay, so this is the last couple of products that I'm going to talk about, and I debated with myself if I was going to do this or not. But we are going to briefly talk about the most challenging products that I've come across over my years of doing hair. The most challenging was the Tabitha Brown, I think it's like a moisturizer. I don't know the exact product, but it was a challenge for me because they came in to get it suppressed. I clarified them 8 times and the hair still did not suds up. So the next product I'm going to be talking about is the Mielle Rosemary line. That was another challenging product because I noticed that clients that would come in, and I noticed it before everyone on TikTok said their hair was falling out. That, I'm not even going to speak on that, but that product line, the Rosemary product line, is another challenging line that I noticed that when people came in, their hair felt like really like straw, like it had too much protein on it, like very stiff and brittle hair. So that was another challenging product line. And then also African Pride is another one that I feel like was like not the best quality products. So I'll leave that at that. So those are the products that I felt like were most challenging for me as a hairstylist to deal with when it comes to natural hair. So if you want to know the worst hairstyles for natural hair, I will post it up here in this corner right here, so you guys can know like what hairstyles that I feel like are the worst and that you should avoid. Or if you can't avoid them, I do give you solutions to help you maintain your hair while you have these certain hairstyles in. So that's it for this video, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching, and make sure you tune in to my next one.